You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
If you live in South Sarasota County and have been smelling something fishy, you're not alone. We've got the latest on the possibility of inland red tide.
Plus, a code red has now been issued for residents that live along the Myakka River. We're going to tell you exactly what that rain means for the area. And the remains of U.S. soldiers who died in the Korean War will return home at last. This is a live shot. We'll have details of the story this hour on Good Morning Suncoast. That is a somber, poignant shot right there. It is. It was beautiful. We've been watching this all morning, too, and it'll finally be such closure for those families.
Yeah, so certainly is.
It's a very good thing this morning.
Let's get the forecast now from John Skulls. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Very active out in Gulf waters this morning. Lots of showers and thunderstorms in the Gulf. We do have some that are kind of getting a little bit closer to the coastline around Gasparilla. We have one area of disturbed weather kind of heading in that direction. So you may get tagged down in Gasparilla. As I mentioned, because of the slope of our coastline, we do have a chance along the coast this morning. About a 20% chance, that's it, of some showers. Small enough chance that I really haven't even checked the inclement weather boxes for the drive time forecast because I just don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. We have lots of thunderstorm activity out in the Gulf, though, so if you're a boater, beware. That could be a problem. We had some heavy weather in inland areas yesterday, some almost 2-inch rainfalls there. Got half-inch rainfalls in lots of Manatee County and some in inland Sarasota County as well. Charlotte County got some rainfall. Additional rainfall on the way this afternoon with about a 40% chance, mostly in inland areas. Complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon, John. This is a live look now at the Myakka River State Park where there are some flooding concerns there. We'll talk to Marla Spence about that situation in just a few minutes as our camera starts to zoom in on the sign right there. Let's check the traffic. First alert traffic showing us little activity on State Road 70 east of the interstate out there by the Walmart Plaza. Otherwise, not too much in Manatee County. Checking farther south, now here's the scene in northern Sarasota County. Nothing much to report so far. And then our final map to the south will indicate there is some congestion there. Northbound 41, not too far from Jacaranda. A jury has been selected in the trial of President Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort. He is facing tax evasion and bank fraud charges. Prosecutors say that Manafort lied to the IRS and knowingly filed false tax returns and failed to report tens of millions of dollars he made working for a Ukrainian political party with ties to Russia. Now, prosecutors accuse him of hiding money in offshore bank accounts, opening more than 30 accounts in 3 countries, and using cash to bankroll a lavish lifestyle. President Trump, for his part, is now trying to distance himself from the man who once ran his campaign.
Paul Manafort worked for me for a very short period of time.
Manafort has pleaded not guilty to all charges, but if convicted, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Happening today, the remains of at least 55 U.S. soldiers will finally arrive back home on American soil. Now, first, they got a send-off at South Korea's Osan Air Base. The next stop, they're going to be arriving at Joint Base Pearl Harbor, Hickam Air Base right there on the island of Oahu. But the next step is the longest one. The identification process begins at the state-of-the-art military facility there. They have to ID the soldiers using DNA, dental impressions, even forensic anthropology tools. Now, that part is a process that could take years. And new details this morning on the 3D printed gun blueprints that were scheduled to be available online today. A federal judge in Washington state has issued a temporary restraining order blocking the sale and distribution of those downloadable blueprints that allow anyone to make plastic guns with a 3D printer. As of today, users were supposed to be able to make their own guns at home without a background check. Also, those guns are untraceable. But for the time being, the access will remain on hold.
In consumer news, 2 mothers who work for Nissan are behind an important invention. The moms are also engineers. They successfully pitched a backseat alarm to the company to remind drivers of anything that might be forgotten in the back seat, like young children. How it works? Well, the rear door alert will monitor how often you open and close the door. If it finds that a door was opened and not closed but not reopened, it will alert the driver using a series of distinctive honks. The new technology comes out in the new Pathfinders when they're released next month.
Well, over the past few days, we've been getting messages and calls from ABC7 viewers about an unbearable smell on the Suncoast, presumably from red tide. ABC7's Rebecca Fernandez went out to Venice to get some answers about what was going on there.
Everyone was wondering, what was this horrible smell?
Well, the answer is red tide. On Monday night, the entire south area from Venice to Port Charlotte had an overpowering stench of dead fish. And it wasn't just if you were outside.
Red tide symptoms that you would experience like we are right now on the beach, you know, choking, the tickle in your throat. And it was just crazy, just laying in bed, trying to go to sleep, and, you know, you couldn't breathe.
Or even close to the beach at all.
Exactly 9.9 miles from Venice Beach and about the same distance from Englewood and Minnesota Beach. So never in a million years did I think that the smell from red tide, which you do experience on a daily basis now, would come this far up, almost 10 miles from the closest beach.
We've been talking about the horrible effects that red tide has had on our beaches and on our wildlife for weeks now, but this is the first time we're hearing about it spreading inland. There were several storms that moved in last night that brought in high winds, so marine experts tell us that may be the cause of it. But the color of our waters and the amount of dead fish that continue to wash ashore is what has many worried that this toxic algae isn't going away anytime soon.
I have no family here. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and we kind of picked up our whole entire life and packed it all up in a U-Haul and moved down here to Florida, specifically this area. We can't even enjoy the beach right now because it's so bad. I've tried to go, you know, an hour north, an hour south, and it's still bad.
Summer has been anything but paradise.
The area's greatest generation is invited to a reunion of all Bradenton High School and Manatee County High School classes from 1932 all the way through 1949. They're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the class of 43's graduation. Now that celebration will be on Friday, September 7th, at the Pier 22 Ballroom in West Bradenton. Tickets are $40 a person and definitely sounds very worth it. What a cool event.
Yeah, nice. And speaking of the greatest generation, no, not you, John. This is another story. This is from the Far East right now. This is a live picture going on as we speak. The remains of 55 U.S. soldiers who died during the Korean War are finally coming home from the Far East.
Next, you're going to hear from some local veterans about just how important it really is that all of these fallen heroes can finally be reunited with their families after all these years. We've got their reaction when we come back, but first.
6:07 right now. Look outside our window. Dark out there. Let's see the forecast, though, from John Scalzi.
Yeah, not too bad for your drive time this morning. I think we're looking at good conditions. Only about a 10% chance of showers through the 7 o'clock hour. Put it up to about 20% by 9 o'clock. And then carry that through to the noontime hour. 40% as we head into 3 p.m. That mostly inland. Heading to the beach? Well, with this latest report from Mote Marine Observatories indicates Siesta Key and Nokomis have intense amounts of red tide toxin in the air, causing respiratory and a little bit of respiratory irritation. Also Gasparilla as well. The northern beaches have less amounts. And as we head into the afternoon, winds will become increasingly out of the west. So for your beach walk forecast, southwest wind at about 10. I'll give it 3 beach balls out of 4. There could be some coastal showers around. We'll have the complete forecast in a sec.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. first time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Coming in with a 76-degree air temperature this morning. Dew point value coming in at about 74. Feel to the air pretty similar to yesterday. We have a little bit more sky that's clear this morning than we did yesterday when we had a fair amount of cloud cover across the region and a little bit less chance of rain showers near the immediate coastline. We'll look for a fair amount of sunshine as we head into the morning hours. There may be an isolated shower near the coast, but most of us will stay rain-free during the morning commute. We'll put the 9 a.m. rain chance at about 20%, carry it on through the noontime hour, and then we'll start to increase rain chances a bit as we head into 3 p.m., but only to about 40%. That'll be mostly in inland areas. Coastline should stay fairly quiet today compared to the last several days. Still a chance at an isolated shower near the coast, but most of the activity should be inland. A lot of what you see out here in the Gulf waters will stay in Gulf waters, and there could be some stronger storms as you head up toward Tallahassee. This kind of plume of moisture could affect the Atlanta airport as well, especially later in the afternoon with the possibility of some stronger storms. Quiet along our coastline currently. Down to the south of us, Captiva, Sanibel, you could get tagged by a storm as it heads northward. Maybe Gasparilla might as well. That's pretty far south, but there are lots of lightning pops out in Gulf waters, so mariners be aware of that. These thunderstorms could be somewhat persistent, and as I mentioned, it's possible that right along the immediate coast during the morning hours, you may get a little bit of light drizzle or light rain, but I have not checked that severe weather or that rainfall box on the drive time commute forecast for you this morning. A southerly wind flow will continue today. A trough of low pressure back to the west, an area of high pressure out in the Atlantic, all giving us that southerly wind. The showers that form inland along the sea breeze front, I think will have a more south to north motion today. So that'll keep those storms that form inland in inland areas. Tomorrow, I think the winds might turn a little bit more to the east. And so that might help us have a few of those showers push closer to our coastline. I'll up the rain chance a bit for tomorrow. So sun cloud mix today. Afternoon storms are possible. And some drier air may arrive just in time for the weekend, kind of reducing the coverage of rain showers and giving us a little bit more sunshine. The Futurecast calls for these showers to persist out in Gulf waters. As we head into the afternoon, expect to see the storms building in inland areas, drifting from south to north along the line of that sea breeze front. And then as we head into the evening, maybe a shower or two closer to the coastline. But out in Gulf waters, they're going to be kind of persistent. If you look at where the storms are going to hit today, it'll mostly be in a line that stretches from Tallahassee up through New York. If you're traveling to the northeastern corridor today by airplane, there could be some airport delays because of the inclement weather. Now, over the weekend, the very humid air that's over the state of Florida, and this is the amount of moisture in the atmosphere available to produce rainfall. Here, redder is wetter, and you can see over the state of Florida, we still have pretty good moisture content in the air, but over the weekend, some of this drier blue air, the blue contours, it's not blue air, bluer contours, starts to filter into the Suncoast and maybe reduces our rain chances just a little bit. So here's the forecast for you. Today we'll watch that southerly wind flow kind of surge a bit in the afternoon, 10 to 15. But again, there'll be showers and thunderstorms out in Gulf waters just as there has been over the last few days, and in places red tide will be an issue. 40% chance of showers today. We'll increase it to 50% with that little twist in the wind tomorrow. And then over the course of the weekend, we'll watch those rain chances hover at around 40% or less as that drier air begins to move in, and I think the beginning of next week will feature some sunnier skies and lesser rain chances. Back to you.
Checking the roads now. You'll see up there north of the river on 301 some issues there in the southbound lane as you're heading back toward 19 and 41 there. Otherwise, not too bad in Manatee County. Let's check farther south now. A little blip there in Sarasota County at Bee Ridge Road where you cross over 41 southbound. Otherwise, pretty clear. And our South County map will build up there on 681 as you leave 75 southbound and head toward Laurel and Nokomis. Nothing major right now to report at 616. Stephanie?
All right, thank you, Ray. Well, this morning, the remains of 55 U.S. soldiers that fought and died in the Korean War are finally on their way back to American soil. Now, some of those could have ties to the Suncoast. But wherever they're from, it's really about families finally having some closure after all these years.
It's a powerful motto in the armed services.
We never leave our brothers or sisters behind. We bring them back. Korea was a situation which we couldn't.
68 years after the Korean War, the remains of what are believed to be 55 American soldiers are now making their last journey home. Now, those remains could be soldiers from here on the Suncoast. And as Army Airborne veteran Ron Angelone says, it is finally a chance for closure.
It'll mean a lot. If family members are here, their grandchildren, their nieces, nephews, it means that they can finally put their hero in the ground and be able to memorialize them. And we will have our soldiers back.
Getting those soldiers back is the most important part of this whole story. The process itself is going to be taking a long time. They're going to land on Oahu. They're going to be taken to Hickam Air Force Base, where they have one of the best forensic labs in the world. From there, the identification process begins. 55 different sets of remains, and you have to analyze all this DNA and dental impressions. Right. So, and there you're going to match it up from the families that have given their DNA over the years. So,
oh, about time it's moving forward.
Yeah,
finally. It's great news.
And there are still thousands over there that need to come back.
Yeah, don't forget that as well.
Yeah,
good point.
Good start though.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
If you're car shopping, it's actually a great time to snag some deals on those 2018 models because the 2019 models are now just hitting the market. We're going to tell you how to get those great deals straight ahead. Plus, Marla?
A code red for potential flooding is in effect for about 2,000 residents near Myakka River. We have a live report coming up at 6:30.
It is 6:18 right now. A peek outside shows a little sunrise starting to happen out there. We'll have John's complete forecast and more news coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Cancer doesn't run in my family. That really was the farthest thing from my mind. I've been an athlete my whole life and I work in sports, so my mindset was just, let's fight. So our stories are all unique, so whatever you're going through, ask questions, get information and be involved. Don't ignore the signs, join the fight. I'm Tony Beasley and I'm a stage 2 colorectal cancer survivor.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing Dermasuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. Dermasuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as Dermasuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the Dermasuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your Dermasuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Consumer news, the new 2019 cars are rolling in soon, making it a great time right now to strike a deal on a 2018 model. Consumer Reports analyzed the latest nationwide auto trends and has a list of the best vehicles to check out right now. Tops the list, the Nissan Altima, potential savings of 22%. That's right behind the Kia Optima, possible savings there 19%. Now the Ram 1500 pickup is third as the most comfortable riding full-size pickup as well. Plenty of other models as well listed from Hyundai to Ford. Keep in mind some of the incentives expire this week, but there are more coming in September and October, so start planning now.
Well, here's an unusual warning this morning. This is for you, Ray. It's all about the dangers of a new viral dance craze.
Thanks for the tip.
You're welcome.
ABC's Diane Macedo has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the growing dangers of the Kiki Challenge. The viral dance craze now has people jumping out of a moving car, then dancing alongside it while the car keeps moving. But for some, getting in their feelings ended in the hospital. 18-year-old Anna Warden from Iowa had to be airlifted to the ICU after she tripped trying to do the challenge.
The last thing I remember was opening my car door.
She hit her head, causing a skull fracture, blood clots, and bleeding in her brain, and now has to relearn how to walk. But Warden isn't alone, and incidents like hers are now prompting a warning from the federal government.
We just realized that this was a really unsafe driving behavior that could lead to crashes and potentially injuries.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on this potentially dangerous craze. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Harry's meeting clients from far away, but they only see his wrinkles. If only Harry used some bounce to dry, he would be a less wrinkly winning guy.
Indoor and outdoor allergies can stand in the way of enjoying the moment. Allegra is the fastest non-drowsy allergy relief. In just 1 hour, it starts tackling tough allergy symptoms for 24 hours of relief. Get back to the moment with Allegra.
Why did I want a Crest 3D White Smile? Dinner date. Meeting his parents' dinner date.
so I used Crest. Crest 3D White removes 95% of surface stains in just 3 days for a whiter smile that will win them over. Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
I'll never find a safe used car.
Start at the new Carfax.com.
Show me minivans with no reported accidents.
Boom.
Love it. Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search at the all-new Carfax.com.
Hi, my name's Tom Anslon, and this is Bob Vitello with Publix Cooking School. What do we got going on, Bob?
Well, this is from one of our cooking school classes, everybody. This is a couples cooking class that's coming up. It's summertime sweet grilling. And we're gonna show you how to make a compound butter for corn, like a strawberry compound butter. Now, what we're gonna do is compound butter, everybody, I'm gonna tell you right now, the best way I could put it is, compound butter is butter with stuff in it, as Mark Positano would say. It's a real fancy name for butter with stuff in it, but good stuff in it, all right? So in here we have unsalted butter. So, you know, room temperature, you would do this in a food processor. I'm just gonna kind of do it in a bowl. And in here we have nice strawberries, fresh strawberries. We're gonna take a little bit of sugar and put it with the strawberries. You let that sit for a little bit. Let the juice come out of the strawberries, you get some water there. And you take that after a while and you throw it into here with the food processor. But we'll get to there in a second. We're also going to put here some lime zest and some lime juice. And we always make a joke, the most important thing about zesting a lime or a lemon, what's the most important thing? Take the sticker off. Exactly. Yeah, we joke, but we've done it. And then we put a little lime juice in here, fresh lime juice, everybody, not the stuff that you buy on aisle 2. You can if you want, but this is cooking school stuff, so we're gonna use the real stuff. Then we're gonna add a little salt, a little bit of pepper, all right? And then you take your strawberries and a little chipotles and adobo. You mix all this together, and with the magic of TV, you get this nice butter. And you grill your corn, you grill the corn real nice and all that, and you put it on top of the corn. And you could also make a compound butter with it here too. And that's pretty much it. Serve it with steak or fish.
Our cooking school classes are always fun. For more information, sign up. You can visit publix.com/cooking schools.
Very cool. See you there.
Thanks, Bob.
You got it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com. Thank you.
You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
This morning, a miracle in Mexico. How passengers on an Aeromexico flight all managed to survive after their plane crashed and burst into flames just moments after they took off.
A local circus is shut down after claims of animal abuse. We'll tell you which one.
Plus, a code red has been issued for those who live along the Mayaca River. We're going to take a look at the flooding that they could experience there. We have those stories plus your Wednesday forecast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning to you. It is 6:30 on this Wednesday morning, August the 1st. We are now officially 12 days away from the start of school.
Oh, that's right.
Back to school, folks.
Yeah. Let's get the forecast for this first day of August from John Scalzi.
Isn't that incredible? 12 days?
Yeah.
It's just amazing. The time flew like that. So because of the curvature of our coast here, which kind of juts out into the Gulf waters, we have a slight chance of seeing some of the showers in a line that's formed out in Gulf waters lifting northward, tag our coastline with a brief shower, a bit of drizzle. Not out of the question. Rain chance at about 10 to 20% through right now to about 9 o'clock, especially in areas around the Fort Myers region, Captiva, Sanibel. They'll get some rain showers that could lift north toward Gasparilla, but a lot of us will not see any rainfall at all during the morning hours, and our commute this morning should be fairly dry. There are pops of lightning out in Gulf waters. Those will be kind of persistent throughout the day today, so boaters be aware of that. The forecast calls for today about a 10 to 20% chance of showers through the morning hours. Into the afternoon, about a 20% chance, increasing to about 40% this afternoon, focusing mostly in inland areas. I have not checked the rain box because I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal for your drive time. Isolated showers during the morning hours, a few thunderstorms perhaps for drive time home, mostly in inland locations. Complete forecast in just a few.
Thank you, John. Checking traffic now. Some buildup there on 301 as you approach downtown Bradenton. State Road 70 eastbound, both between 301 and 75 and also east of 75. Checking farther south now on the maps, we'll find out that on Clark Road there is some congestion westbound as you approach Lockwood Ridge and head towards Swift. Otherwise pretty clear so far today. And then our final map to the south will indicate just some red on the 41 northbound as you drive away from the bypass and head north back up toward Laurel and Nokomis.
Happening right now, a code red flood warning is in effect along the Mayaca River.
Our Marla Spence is live at the state park there where there's a potential for flooding. Marla, what's the latest out there?
Good morning, guys. About 2,000 residents who live nearby or even along the Mayaca River have a reason to be concerned this morning and for the remainder of the week until Friday. They are under a code red for potential flooding. Now, residents in this area, they tell us that flooding is nothing new. Although that might be true, they are still frustrated with the amount of rainwater that they see just from rainfall alone. Susan Cusia, who is one resident who lives in this area, tells us just from rain alone, she gets lots of flooding and sometimes that water gets up to her knees. She says she's been living near the river for about 6 years now, and she tells us what makes her nervous about potential flooding are her animals, including her 11 horses. She tells us in preparation, she is constantly checking river levels to make sure she does not have to evacuate, and she says if she does, she is ready.
Horses out the back pastures, and then, you know, hopefully if I want to make sure if I'm not home, I'll call my neighbors to help me get the dogs out. You know, the cats, they can climb a tree. I'll call my neighbors to help me get the dogs out. You know, the cats, they can climb a tree.
Now, according to the website for the National Weather Service, the last observation for river levels was 5:15 this morning. Right now, the river is just a little under 7 feet. Now, it's predicted that it should not go over that at least until next week, Monday morning. And according to the National Weather Service, moderate to major river levels is between 8 and 10 feet. Reporting live at the Mayaca River State Park, I'm Marla Spence for ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. Well, the miracle in Mexico is what they are calling it this morning after an Aeromexico flight crashed just moments after it took off. It burst into flames, yet all the passengers and the crew survived. ABC's Candace Gibson has this incredible story.
The Aeromexico plane ended up in a field just beyond the runway. The flight headed for Mexico City crashed just after takeoff from the Guadalupe Victoria International Airport in Durango, Mexico, more than 550 miles northwest of Mexico City. The images from the crash site are striking. Smoke rising off the wreckage of the plane, firefighters working to put out the flames, the Red Cross helping treat the injured and get them transported to nearby hospitals. 103 people were on board the Aeromexico flight. Annabelle Estrada was one of them. She says she felt the plane hit the ground twice during the crash. The second impact was stronger. She says that's when her head hit the ceiling. Then she saw flames in the cabin in front of her. Of the 99 passengers and 4 members of the flight crew, 49 of them ended up in the hospital. Amazingly, government officials say everyone on board survived. The most severe injuries appear to have been suffered by the pilot and one of the passengers. Durango's governor said Tuesday that both of them were in critical condition, but they were stable. After the crash, officials with the airline said, "We deeply regret this accident, and the families of all those affected are in our thoughts." The plane that crashed was an Embraer 190. The Brazilian manufacturer said it was sending technicians to the crash site to help investigators determine why the plane crashed. I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
A jury has been seated now in the trial of President Trump's former campaign manager. Paul Manafort is facing tax evasion and bank fraud charges. Prosecutors accuse him of hiding money in offshore bank accounts, opening more than 30 accounts in 3 countries, and using cash to bankroll a lavish lifestyle. That included luxury real estate, tailored suits, and a $15,000 custom jacket made from ostrich. President Trump says he didn't know his former campaign manager that well.
Very short period of time.
Not guilty to all charges. If convicted, he could spend life behind bars.
This morning, President Trump is back at the White House after spending last night in Tampa. Now, he ended the night with a rally at the Florida State Fairgrounds where he campaigned for gubernatorial candidate Ron DeSantis. Thousands packed the hall and others watched on a big screen board outside.
Before he got to Tampa yesterday, President Trump signed a bill from Florida Senator Marco Rubio. The American Dream Accounts Act will provide college grant money to low-income and at-risk students.
This morning, the daughter of the man killed on I-75 on Monday is speaking out. She says that 63-year-old Thomas Mikens was selfless, funny, and caring. He died in a 4-car crash that happened around 5 a.m. near Northport. It ended up shutting down the northbound lanes of I-75 for more than 7 hours that day. Leslie Lee says after the impact, her father got out to see if everyone was okay. That's when his car was hit by another car, which then hit and killed him. Lee says she wasn't surprised to hear that Mikens died helping someone else because that was the life he had lived.
His biggest thing that he was very, very caring. And always willing to help you out with whatever he could. And I just broke down and cried. I couldn't catch my breath or anything.
Now, police had similar sentiments in their statement as well, saying that Mikens will always be remembered as a gentle soul with a wonderful sense of humor and a huge heart. And PETA is going after a local circus family who now say they're shutting down their business. Circus Pages in Mayaca City is being accused of animal abuse. PETA released several videos alleging that Circus Pages was beating their animals. ABC7 paid a visit to the area, and those animals are no longer on the farm. The owners of Circus Pages could not be reached for comment, but we were able to confirm that they are closing their doors.
New developments now in an investigation of a former Suncoast school teacher. Sarasota County Sheriff investigators were unable to find evidence linking Quentin Peterson to a crime. He was previously a music teacher at Lincoln Memorial Middle School in Palmetto and was under investigation there as well for inappropriate behavior as a student. He was arrested this past spring on possession of child porn charges while teaching in Sarasota County.
While your favorite gadgets may soon be more expensive, the latest round of proposed tariffs targets some of the Chinese hardware that goes into making some of our favorite toys, like smart devices, household appliances, even some home security systems. Now, the good news, there is one major gadget that is still safe, the Apple iPhone.
The South Florida Museum is unveiling its brand new app for guests that want to get a different perspective on their featured exhibitions. The app is called Pathways, compelling connections for the chronically curious. is like having a museum expert in your pocket. Guests can use it to take fun and fascinating customized tours that show the unique connections of the items in the museum's collections and exhibitions. The South Florida Museum is open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sunday.
Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
Facebook has shut down fake accounts that were spreading misinformation. We'll have the latest details when we come back, but first,
here's a live look outside our ABC 7 tower cam. A gorgeous morning looks to be in the making. Still some rain in the forecast today, John Scalzi, or no?
Yeah, there's still a little bit of rain. It is summer in the rainy season, but the good news is lesser storm chances today than we've had over the past couple of days. So I like that. We do have Sarasota still under a moderate risk of fire danger, though. All counties surrounding Sarasota, though, are in the low category because of recent rain. So that's good news. Air quality also good. We're looking at only particulates being the issue, and it's better air quality today than even yesterday, thanks to a few more of those showers around. About a 40% chance of afternoon storms. We'll detail that forecast in a second.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically, and I don't know what we would have done without that.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing DermaSuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. DermaSuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as DermaSuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the DermaSuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your DermaSuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps.
2, 3, 4.
Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making a connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment, and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on MySuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at MySuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A 76-degree air temperature, a dew point value of 74. Feels kind of humid out there, but we do have some sunshine in store for you this morning. Sunshine leading to about a 20% chance of a shower near the coastline by about 9 a.m. I think inland areas stay dry through the morning hours. Then into the afternoon, up the rain chance to about 40% as we slide into the 3 p.m. hour. Most of those rains, though, will be in inland areas later in the afternoon as the daytime heating starts to build a sea breeze and showers and thunderstorms form thanks to daytime heating. we'll watch most of those showers move from a southerly to a northerly location. They're going to move along a line that'll keep it mostly in inland locations. Then as we head into the evening hours, everything kind of trends down as the heating of the day dissipates. Showers and thunderstorms will be numerous and heavy in parts of the Big Bend region, stretching up into the panhandle of the state. In that location, there is the potential for some severe weather. We continue to see the flow of air out of the south produce showers along the coastline throughout the day today, so boaters be aware of that. Could be pops of lightning out here. Certainly there are currently, and there certainly will be throughout the afternoon as well. We do have some showers getting pretty close to areas around Captiva and Sanibel. Eventually Gasparilla may see a chance at some rainfall as well. A lot of this lifting northward could brush the coast this afternoon, or this morning rather. That's why I put in that 20% chance of showers. But it's really inland where we have the biggest risk of thunderstorms. Now, because rains have been somewhat minimal over the last 24 hours, the river forecasts have improved somewhat today compared to what they were yesterday, with the majority of risk for minor flooding occurring along the Peace River and areas around Horse Creek near Arcadia, and near Zolfo Springs in Wauchula and Arcadia, near there. So high pressure, the dominant weather feature in the Atlantic, provides us with a southerly wind flow. Oh, by the way, I put all those river warnings and the river gauge forecasts on our website, mysuncoast.com. Check on there on the weather page, and that information will be there for you if it's of a concern to you. A trough of low pressure back to the west, a high pressure ridge in the Atlantic provides you with a southerly wind flow that will continue on through the day today. That's why the direction of motion of these storm cells will generally be from the south to the north along the line of that sea breeze in inland areas. Now, tomorrow, we might see a little bit of a shift in that wind as high pressure kind of drifts a little bit further to the north. That may entice a few more of those showers to pop up near the coastline tomorrow, so we'll up the rain chance just a little bit. Sun cloud mix today. It'll be a nicer day at the beach, I think, with the exception of that red tide issue. And afternoon storms. Drier weather this weekend as a little bit of that drier air filters in. Watch the futurecast. Put it into motion. Persistent showers out in the Gulf throughout the day today. Showers start to build in inland areas this afternoon into the early evening hours as we continue on with those scattered showers and thunderstorms out in the Gulf, even into the evening hours and into tomorrow morning as well, as inland showers start to die out as the heating of the day fades. Now, we talked about red tide, of course, throughout the morning hours. Here's well, first of all, the majority of the rain falling in inland areas. There could be some pockets of some heavier rain. We'll watch for that. Maybe some 2-inch rainfalls in inland locations along the coast, much less. Latest red tide reports from Mote Marine indicate some intense red tide irritation being felt by some of the spotters in Siesta Key, Nokomis, and Gasparilla. Other places seeing moderate to low amounts of irritation. South wind kind of breezy this afternoon, and the forecast calls for a 40% chance of showers today. We'll up the rain chance a little on Thursday. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll keep the rain chance at 40%, perhaps even lower Saturday and Sunday as that drier air filters in, certainly for the start of next work week. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Let's take a look outside and check some of that first alert traffic out there for you. Not too bad still. We are starting to see a little bit more congestion over those bridges coming into Bradenton, but it's pretty typical for around this time of the morning. That's all in Manatee County. Then in Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad just yet either. Just a little blip right there at Bee Ridge Road as you're coming off of 75, but other than that, not too much going on there either. And if you're headed south, if your commute is going to take you towards Port Charlotte or maybe even farther to Naples, 75 and 41, if we can switch to those maps real quick. Those are not looking too bad just yet, so those are looking good. So anyways, it is 6:48, and that is your first alert traffic.
New this morning, here we go again. Facebook says it has once again found a new attempt to meddle in the U.S. elections. They say they've removed 32 accounts across Facebook and Instagram. They say the accounts spread misinformation ahead of the 2018 midterm elections. Facebook says it cannot confirm if Russia is involved, but the meddling tactics, they say, are very similar to what was seen in 2016.
Well, getting ready for a new school year is not cheap, but one local company wants to help Suncoast school kids get the things that they need this year. This Saturday, volunteers from Gettle Automotive Group are going to be at the Walmart on Cattleman Road in Sarasota and the Walmart on East State 64 in Bradenton. Now, at both locations, they're going to be there from 10 in the morning until 2. They're going to be collecting supplies and backpacks to donate to both the Manatee and Sarasota Education Foundations to make sure that everybody has what they need to get ready for school this year.
It'll be a good start, yeah. August 13th. Still ahead, we'll update the day's top news headlines and our top 7 before 7.
That is right. That includes one final look at your Wednesday forecast and a check of the roads. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just gotta
trying as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
Coming up on Good Morning America this morning, a woman who claims that she dated the man accused of being the dating app killer is sharing her frightening story this morning. Right now it is 6:52, and here is your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert Weather Forecast.
Yeah, a couple of things for you to take home with you this morning. We have, again, chances of some storms this afternoon, mostly in inland areas, a few near the coast, but a 40% chance of inland storms. Sun-cloud mix. Calm in the tropics for the next 5 days, but just remember, the month of August, especially the second half of the month of August and September, 3/4 of our tropical activity occurs. So we're just really starting into the thick of things. And drier this weekend as some drier air begins to filter in and reduce our rain chances. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Number 2, pretty quiet start so far to your morning commute. Little congestion there on 301 in both directions as you cross over State Road 70. Also 41 southbound as you head back toward University. And then our next map will show us the northern half of Sarasota County. Nothing right now in the red, so you should have a good morning commute as you head off today.
And number 3, a code red warning is in effect right now for people that live along the Myakka River. About 2,000 people is what this covers. It's a warning for potential flooding after some recent rainfall, and more on the way.
Number 4, the South Florida Museum has a new app. It'll tell guests more about featured exhibitions. The app is called Pathways SFM.
Number 5, today the remains of at least 55 U.S. soldiers will arrive back home on American soil to Hickam Air Force Base on Oahu. The next step, the identification process, begins using DNA, dental impressions, and forensic anthropology.
Number 6, a federal judge in Washington state has issued a temporary restraining order to block the distribution of the downloadable blueprints that allow anyone to make plastic guns with a 3D printer. Users were supposed to be able to make their own guns at home without a background check.
And number 7, what is trending? Well, if you're a car lover, you might like this. A new collector's book about Ferraris that's just as exclusive as a sports car itself. Only 1,947 copies are going to be published, and it's all in celebration of Ferrari's founding year, 1947. Get it? 1,900.
Got it. Yeah.
On sale for a whopping, wait for it, $30,000.
What?
For a book about Ferraris. Now, the book itself is pretty cool. It's enclosed in an aluminum display case. It's actually meant to be just like the Ferrari 12-cylinder engine. Like, look how this thing comes. I mean, it's fancy.
Wow, yeah.
Is it $30,000 fancy? I guess, you know, if you're a Ferrari lover, you like it. The book itself is going to be out in October.
I guess if you can afford a Ferrari, you can afford the book, but it's not going to be a bestseller.
Exactly. It's got a lot of pretty pictures in it.
That's a big chunk of change.
That is a big chunk of change. What is the most expensive book that you would buy? Like, do you have a favorite book of all time? Like, if you had the money, I'd just give it to you right here. I'd buy something from Stephen King. I'd buy maybe the first book that Stephen King ever wrote.
Maybe an original William Shakespeare folio.
Okay, all right.
He's good.
That'd be kind of nice.
Right.
Can I pass on that answer?
I don't want to know your answer.
The original Declaration of Independence, maybe.
I feel like that's going to go for a little bit more than $30,000.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Upward a little bit.
Usual showers today, John?
Yeah, I think mostly in inland areas. We might see a little bit more sunshine near the beach, so beaches might be a little more crowded this afternoon, provided that they can deal with the red tide.
There's that.
There's that.
All right, enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast.